Yo, what's up, guys? You already know who it is. Today we will be doing the predictions for the 2023 Royal Rumble Premium Live event, which is going to be streaming live tonight at I think 7/8/7 Central Time on Peacock. I will be reacting to the Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens Universal Championship match. So without further ado, I'm not going to hold y'all for a while. I'm just going to go ahead and get straight into it. This is not in order, I don't think, because there are rumors of the Universal Championship match being the undisputed Universal Championship match, being the main event of the show. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and start. First, we have the Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens match for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. Now, everybody knows Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens have had, have had history for a while actually. They faced off at the Royal Rumble before 2021 and things, I will say, I'm not sure if it was a 2020 or 2021. It might have been 2020. I'm not sure. Let me go see first. Let's see which one it is. Let's see. Okay, I knew it. It was the 2021 Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens faced off in a last man standing match for the Universal Championship. That's when Roman only had one title. You see, Roman now has two titles, and he claims he's in God mode now, which I honestly do believe. You see, this rivalry took place years before the pandemic even started, because obviously, if you know, the last man standing match they had was in front of no fans at all. It was in front of the video board. Because of the pandemic, it's safe to say that Roman carried the pandemic era, man. That era was so fun. Roman made that era so fun. And, I know if I sound sick right now, like one side of my nose is like kind of like stopped up. So it's like very uncomfortable. But, Roman, ever since he fought Kevin Owens in the 2021 Royal Rumble, Roman's been gaining strength in numbers. During the Royal Rumble, he only had Jey Uso in his corner and Paul Heyman, but now instead of Paul Heyman and Jey Uso, he now has Sami Zayn, Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa. So, in those years, ever since that match, Roman has gained 3 new people to join his bloodline. Sami Zayn is honorary Uso, Solo Sikoa as the enforcer of the bloodline, and Jimmy Uso as one half of the undisputed tag team champions. Now, who I think will win this match, it's not like it can be a hard decision because with everything going on, as you know, you probably don't know, but Kevin Owens did show up to the Alamo Dome wearing a Sami Zayn Forever shirt, which could, I don't know, like, I forgot the word. It could set up Sami Zayn betraying Roman Reigns, which I will literally cry if that happens, because if Sami Zayn turns out to be the real bad guy the whole time, I will not like it. But Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos is already setting it up for WrestleMania. It turns out I don't think Sami Zayn will turn out as the bad guy. I think he will get betrayed. But who I think will happen, I do think that Sami Zayn will pass the test tonight at the Royal Rumble. Because as you know, on Raw, Roman Reigns said that, yes, Sami Zayn passed the test tonight. and help Jey Uso retain the titles because Jimmy Uso got hurt. But he said he didn't want to see him on Friday, which we already know what happened. Roman wasn't there for obvious reasons, and Sami showed up anyway. But I do think Sami Zayn's gonna pass the test tonight and help Roman retain the title against Kevin Owens. So with that being said, I think Roman Reigns is going to win and retain his undisputed Universal Championship match at the Royal Rumble. Next, we have Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. You see, Alexa Bliss has entered her dark side. We've seen this during the pandemic era with the Fiend and everything. You see, ever since Alexa Bliss saw the Uncle Howdy mask in the crowd, she turned around and went ballistic on the ref. But even though that's the case, I don't think she's going to win the Raw Women's Championship at the Royal Rumble. If anything, if the Raw Women's Championship match is at the Elimination Chamber, I do think if she's in there, then I think she'll win. But this is like kind of foreshadowing since the Elimination Chamber matches have not been announced. The only one that everybody knows is going to happen is Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns. But I do think that if that doesn't happen at the Elimination Chamber, I do think that Alexa Bliss will win the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania, which is obviously gonna be a good time to win it since it's the greatest show of them all, the biggest stage of them all, the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 39 as WrestleMania goes to Hollywood. So I do think Bianca Belair will retain the title tonight, but if like I said, if it's at the Elimination Chamber or the WrestleMania, I do think Alexa Bliss will win. So obviously I think Bianca Belair retain her title tonight and stay Raw Women's Champion. Next, let's see. Boom, boom. We have the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match between Bray Wyatt and LA Knight. Wyatt and Knight have traded barbs on the microphone ever since Wyatt's return to WWE programming at Extreme Rules in October. The braggadocious Knight was repeatedly assaulted backstage in recent weeks, suspecting Wyatt as the culprit. Wyatt's steadfast denial led to the revelation that Uncle Howdy is not Wyatt's alter ego, but a separate entity entirely. AKA, I think it's Bo Dallas. Knight challenged Wyatt to a match at the Royal Rumble. Wyatt accepted and chose an unusual pitch black match as the stipulation. Now, if you don't know, there have been, I think I'll say 95% of the time, if you click on videos on YouTube that are specifically by WWE, like the YouTube channel, it will be an ad that's advertising the pitch black match between LA Knight and Bray Wyatt, talking about how in the dark you only have yourself, all bets are off and stuff. You don't know how much I get tired of that ad. I just want to see the match. And now that I think that now that it's the day of the Royal Rumble and you see those ads, it just makes you hype. I think that if you see ads that are advertising the match on the same day as the match, it just makes you want to just watch the ad over and over and over and over since the actual match is happening today. So this is Bray Wyatt's first, and I mean first match in the WWE since he returned at Extreme Rules. It will be a pay-per-view match, obviously, since the Royal Rumble. He will face LA Knight for the pitch black match. As you know, on Friday Night SmackDown yesterday, LA Knight showed up wearing the old Bray Wyatt attire and using the old Bray Wyatt theme song. So I think Bray Wyatt is gonna have Uncle Howdy there. I don't think he's gonna show up with Bray Wyatt, obviously, since Uncle Howdy did like attack Bray Wyatt too. Um, so I think Bray Wyatt's gonna win, and Uncle Howdy just shows up and attacks Bray Wyatt. See, like I said, I think Uncle Howdy is Bray's brother, Bo Dallas, but you don't know. So my prediction for this match is I think that the fans will be. I think for the indication that the match has started, I think people will be giving the fans Mountain Dew Pitch Black, the new flavor, and then that's gonna start the match. As in like speculation that the match is officially gonna be started. But I do think Bray Wyatt is gonna win this match. I mean LA Knight. This match is gonna be a good match. Bray Wyatt, the mysterious man, and LA Knight, the guy who's amazing on the mic and he's just good in ring as well. This match is gonna go well, even if it's not 5-star match material, which is not 5-star match material. This match is going to be amazing. That's what I think. Okay, and here we go. Next, we have the Women's Royal Rumble. 30 women will compete to challenge for the Raw Women's Championship or the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania 39. Reigning title holders are currently Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair, as you already know, and SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair are usually omitted from the match. Occasionally, a championship will be on the line, or a champion may include themselves in the match like Flair did last year. As you know, Flair did admit herself into the match last year and lost to Ronda Rousey. Liv Morgan was the first superstar to announce her participation in the match. So Liv Morgan is coming out at number 1, and I do think immediately following her will be Raquel Rodriguez. Hence what happened on Friday Night SmackDown 2 weeks ago, I'm sure. Well, the one before yesterday, since Liv Morgan slapped Rodriguez across the face after she told her that number 1 coming out at number 1 wasn't the best idea. Liv smacked Rodriguez across the face and challenged her to a match that same night, which obviously Liv Morgan lost. So I do think the first 4 participants in the Women's Royal Rumble match, obviously 1 not Rhea Ripley, 1 Liv Morgan, 2 Rodriguez, 3 Emma, and 4 Maxine Dupri. But who I have winning the Women's Royal Rumble match, I do have Rhea Ripley of the Judgment Day winning. I mean, she's been pushed so great, and I love that WWE is pushing her to where she needs to be. She's still a villain, obviously. I like the way they pushed her as a face. I'm really loving the way they're pushing her as a villain. But I do think she's gonna win the Women's Royal Rumble tonight, and not face. I don't think. No, There's no way if she does win, she has to face Bianca Belair. There's no way she's gonna distance herself from the Judgment Day and her dom. So I do think that Rhea Ripley's gonna win, but I do think that there will be returning women superstars like I don't know, let's say Chelsea Green. As you already know, there's been speculation of Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona showing up at the Royal Rumble due to the fact that it was just randomly posted that Matt Cardona has filed a trademark claim for the name Zack Ryder and woo woo woo, you know it, which was like his catchphrase as Zack Ryder when he was at WWE, which only means one thing: Matt Cardona could come out at the Men's Rumble and use his trademark woo woo woo, you know it, as Matt Cardona. I do think Chelsea Green's returning in the Women's Rumble. I also think tons of stuff. Like who else could be back in the Royal Rumble? Like people we saw last year. There were tons of returns last year. We saw the Impact Women's. Well, at that time, we saw Mickie James, who was the Impact Women's Knockout Champion. She was there. She even brought the title and used Hardcore Country. I think Kelly's coming back. I also do think Michelle McCool is coming back. She did so great in the Rumble last year. And that match was so good. The women's match obviously carried the Rumble since the men's match did not show up to speculations. But let's get back to it. Next, we have the men's Royal Rumble. As you already know, 30 male superstars will compete for the right to challenge for the World Championships currently held by Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. Among those named to participate this year are Brock Lesnar, Kofi Kingston, Intercontinental Championship Gunther, United States Champion Austin Theory, and many more. But the biggest name set to make his return in the match is Cody Rhodes, who was on a title challenging trajectory before he suffered a torn pec muscle last year. So, as you know, the men's Royal Rumble is going to have 30 men in it too. As you already know, you already heard the men who are going to be in there. Brock Lesnar is apparently going to be number 1. I do think at number 2 is going to be Gunther, because like everybody wants Gunther and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. But while the way it's getting set up, Brock Lesnar's going to face Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, or he could face him at Elimination Chamber or Fastlane. If he faces him at Elimination Chamber or Fastlane, I want to see Brock Lesnar compete for the Intercontinental Championship. Next, I do think, like I said, number 1, Brock Lesnar, number 2, Gunther, and number 3 is, let's say, Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston needs his revenge on Brock Lesnar ever since the premiere of Friday Night SmackDown years ago. There was a WWE Championship match where Kofi lost the match in 7 seconds due to one F5 by Brock Lesnar, and Kofi hasn't gotten his justice ever since. They met in the Royal Rumble before, and Kofi still didn't get his justice. So I think that if this happens this year, Men Royal Rumble, I do think Kofi will get his justice. But as to who's winning the Men's Royal Rumble, But as to who's winning the Men's Royal Rumble, I do think it's gonna be Cody or Sammy. But if like The Rock returns in the Royal Rumble at like 28, 29, or 30, then The Rock's winning the Rumble and facing Roman for the Undisputed Universal Championship at WrestleMania. But it's kind of like, I think it's either those 3. That's if The Rock does make it to the Royal Rumble. So yeah, Cody, Sammy, or The Rock. But for returns, like I said, Matt Cardona, I do think he's going to return at the Rumble. I also think that Jay White, the former IWGP Heavyweight Champion who lost the title at Wrestle Kingdom 17 to Okada, I do think that Jay White will also debut at the Rumble. It's not confirmed, but it was like teased on BT Sport WWE about who they think would join, who they think could win. Shows like number 1, Brock Lesnar dominates. That doesn't mean he's gonna win. And it was like something else about Jay White dominating NJPW. It's time for him to dominate WWE. I really hope that's true, because I really want Jay White to be in WWE. He's booked for a Loser Leaves Japan match. So if he in February, is it in February? New Year's Dash is not in February. I think that already happened. I'm not sure. But like, he's booked for a Loser Leaves Japan match against Hikuleo, who WWE also has their eyes set for. They have their eyes set on Hikuleo and Tamu Tonga. So if Jay White shows up at the Rumble and is still under contract with New Japan, but loses the Loser Leaves Japan match, then I think he's gonna show up to WWE for a multi-year contract. And as you know, those are the only, and yes, I do mean the only. Oh, is it not? Yep, those are the only matches for the 2023 Royal Rumble. Obviously the Rumble is going to happen at 8/7 Central tonight on Peacock. I will be reacting to the Undisputed Universal Championship match. So, yeah, those are my predictions for the Royal Rumble tonight. I hope they're right because, they're my predictions. So, yeah, I'll see y'all tonight on the Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens Undisputed Universal Championship match.